it that way.
Okay.
Okay?
So we're going to heat up the food in the microwave or something?
Yes.
How long do you put that stuff in for?
A minute, you know.
Just a minute?
I mean, a minute and a half, you know, the longest.
Well,
It's
just
all
put it
cooked,
on a
Adam.
plate and
Okay.
just
It's all
shove it
cooked.
under
Sounds good.
the-
Here, I'll put you here.
Okay.
Great. So tell me who you are.
My name is June, and I am an assistant to your grandmother. I've been with her for 6 years.
I know that. I feel so silly asking you. I know all those things. Do you think people always are doing that on the radio? If you can talk straight because the microphone sort of gets really where the angle is. If you talk kind of, you can lean towards me, and we both kind of talk into this.
Okay, so is it better if I look at you?
No. It's better if you look at this. It's better if you talk as if those are the eyes of the person you're.
Okay, we need to put some dots there.
No, it's you. Do you think people on the radio are always? I think everybody on the radio is always lying to everyone. They always are asking questions they know answers to, and they go, "Tell me what did you think about that?"
Yes, well, this is just for the purposes of the audience who cannot see us and only can hear us.
We're just liars.
Right?
Except I really don't know. I really don't know most of the time. I don't know anything. All right, so.
So my relationship is very tight with your grandmother. We love one another. I am an employee. I am paid for my services, but it goes beyond that. It goes further to friendship because we've been together 6 years. And we run errands together, we eat meals together, and we care about each other. And have said I'm coming back Jewish because I'm so impressed with your grandmother's values and those of her family before her. Very good values for education. I am so fortunate to know her because she has such a wonderful sense of humor. She's very fortunate that she's so with it. She's as sharp as a tack at 94. If we could all be that way, how lucky we would be. And she is still growing. She's working with you on this project.
So what was your reaction when she told you about that the phone call that she got from the doctor
About the carotid artery only being 20%.
20%, open.
Clear, yeah,
Right.
yeah. It scares me. It makes me sad because of her age and because of that, I know that our time with her is limited, but that's true for any relationship. We don't know what the future holds for us. Life can turn on you on a dime. I have belief in life after life, and I think that if I'm not with your Nana when she passes away, she might come to me as a star that night. I think that your grandfather is going to be on the other side with some flowers and a joke to tell her because they shared such a wonderful sense of humor, and she's going to be happy to be with him. And I think that it's the next stage life has to offer.
Were you scared when you like what was the feeling like when you hear about somebody that tells you like here's the medical report and you think okay, I have a sense of what that means. What's something else that feels like that?
Well, loss, there's sadness when you think about loss.
Did you feel like you felt like you'd already lost something?
No. I'm aware because of her age and now knowing of her medical condition, because up to now her medical condition has been very, very good, okay? And now this kind of is a little more precise. So, like I said, it does frighten me a little bit, but there's no guarantee that even I'm going to walk out of here and make it home tonight. So you just have to have faith. I will be very sad to lose her. I love her. It's always sad to say goodbye to someone that you love.
Is there something like, is the uncertainty or the certainty of it, does that change anything about the way that you felt, say, yesterday? Like, does this seem like where you go, okay, there's more than I know, or there's less? I mean, does that...
Well, because of her age and because of my experience working with elders, I've experienced this loss in other persons that I've helped. And I've experienced loss in terms of death from a very early age. I was a child when my father passed away. There were 6 children in my family. Only 2 of us are alive. So, one died when I was 6 years old. One died when I was 11. 2 died before me. So I understand loss and believe in life after life. And I understand that death is the next stage life has to offer. So I guess I'm okay with some of those things.
Well, how does having kind of gone through a version of that so many times, how does that change how you feel? Do you feel, or like compared to other people that you know that go through similar things, how do you see yourself, and how do you feel like you go through this, having had losses, over and over, professionally, and as part of your job, and as just in normal life?
Well, it's sad, and I'm still here living, so I need to put one foot in front of the other, accept the grieving process, be grateful for the time that I had spent with the individuals that I've known that have passed on, and make the best of the time we have together now. I guess every day I have with your Nona should be a great day.
Don't
Right? We should be happy together.
Isn't that the sort of impossible thing that as soon as you start going, we have to really value this time. It's like when you're on vacation and you go, I've got 5 days of fucking vacation, I'm gonna enjoy the shit out of this, and that makes it impossible.
Oh, the pressure.
The pressure to enjoy yourself is brutal.
I don't feel the pressure because she's so fun. She has a great sense of humor. We laugh together. And we do the day-to-day things that keep us busy together.
Busyness is good. Putting your mind in other
And
places.
keeping busy. I guess we both keep busy. We keep busy with one another, and we keep busy with our own individual lives.
Do you think human beings are just not meant to relax and stop moving? You think we're just like, isn't it whales, I think, that just can't stop moving, they'll die? Do you think that that's sort of what we are too? We just have to keep doing things, otherwise we don't know what else to be.
I think if we stop moving, we stop growing.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. I'm not a philosopher.
well, the word, you can't spell human without I don't know. That doesn't.
In college, I studied human development and child development. And I've learned in the latter years, the little child that's pushing a little cart that is holding he or she up. And as we become seniors, there we are pushing the walker to hold us up. It's very similar, child development and our senior years.
That's true.
It's the circle of life.
It's almost a circle. It doesn't seem to come back to quite the same place. That's in the story of Oedipus, and he's being asked this question by the Sphinx in Egypt, and they said, what has 4 legs in the morning and 2 legs in the afternoon and 3 legs in the evening? And he goes, man. Because you're crawling, and then you're standing up, and then you've got a cane.
Absolutely.
So we get back to 3. Well, I guess we get back to 4 eventually, but with the walker, you've got 7 legs actually.
Yeah, that's true.
6? I don't know. I guess we turn into
If
insects.
we're lucky. Some people have to sit in a wheelchair, right?
That's true.
So-
Then you're 2. Then you've gone back to 2. Then you're
Then you
still
go back to
you
2.
never lose 2.
Yeah.
That's great, actually. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Adam.
Thanks. It's great. It's great. I love hearing.
Now you're officially part of the family.
Oh, thank you.
Always part of the family. I would love. This is the whole thing. We're doing this. We're talking about so many things that there's so many other stuff where you're like, oh, I wish I could do this and this and this and this. Like I wish even.
So many things he wants to do.
Not just, but even doing this, it's where I go like, oh, but it would be cool if we could do this and 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 this.
Yeah.
Write them down. Write the ideas down.
There's not
Because-
enough time, and this is already such a like it's.
I know, but take a note. If it's not in this creation that you're doing,
Yeah.
you can put that in the next.
I know.
So before you lose the idea, just get a little notebook and
Yeah,
go
I have notebooks for
jot
some
it
things.
down.
Yeah,
And God
get a little
knows she is the notebook queen because she has notes all over this entire apartment, this entire condo, right?
It's really true.
When oh my
Here, I'll
God.
give you this to read, June. You
What
can
is
read
this?
it when you leave the room because we can't. We've heard it enough. But you're talking little notes all over. I've just made this part of the record here. This is a note, the very same paper that I'm going to give it to you to read. You can leave it on the table.
Okay.
That I wrote when I was in boarding school in I was 1935 and 36. I was 16 and 17 or 15 and 16 or something like this. And I had lost my true love, my only true love that I had in high school. Only possible person to
A boyfriend, you mean?
my boyfriend. Well, we
A
were.
boy you grew up with.
Well, I didn't grow up with him, but I went to seniors. I was in high school with him.
Was he your prom date? Was he your prom date?
No.
No.
You know who's my prom? Well, prom.
You know, like a senior
Yeah, you know
graduating
who's my
sort
prom date?
No.
Bob Lax.
No kidding. Is that
He was-
legal even?
No,
You mean
Is that
there was-
legal?
that prom date. Yes, that my cousin who had graduated from Columbia by then was my prom date.
Was everybody rather impressed? You had an older. He must have what? He must have been. He was a bunch older, huh? He graduated Columbia in the
he's
30s.
about 4 and at 36 he graduated from college. So when I was graduating from
36.
I was graduating from high school. He was graduating from college.
Got
So he was like
But-
4 years older. You've been holding out on us. There was someone before.
No, but that's
Herbert.
my cousin. That's
Oh,
my
but
cousin.
no, but then there was this guy,
Then there was this love.
Mark
Oh,
Schwartzberg.
And I
Adam,
mean,
that's
we
a guess.
we even went to the movies together.
Do you remember what movie it was?
I think it was something like 42nd Street.
As a movie?
Wait a minute, couldn't be 42nd Street. Hear the beat of dancing feet on the avenue. I'm taking you to 42nd Street.
You know, I played in the pit orchestra for that
What?
in high school. I played.
Did you?
in the- yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Little nifties in their 50s, innocent
sounds-
and sweet.
I think I just
Lovely
remember that.
ladies in their 80s, complete, oh, side by side, they're glorified.
bravo.
The avenue I'm taking you to 40, naughty, 40, 42nd Street.
That's great.
That shows you were paying a lot more attention to the screen than to this guy. That's why it didn't work out.
Yeah, that was a trouble.
You remember way too much
Oh,
of that.
no.
She remembers all the lyrics from songs.
Everything.
It's incredible.
Except when I need
We need to
them.
clone
Well,
your
there's a-
brain like they did with Einstein.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Einstein, they've studied his brain.
What do they get out of it?
Oh my goodness, they got wonderful things out of it. One side of his brain is very unlike anyone else in the world that they've examined a brain.
From
Are you
what
sure?
we-
Are you sure they didn't? When they took it out, they just dropped it in like a little bit of ketchup, and they're like, "This is it never looked like this before."
I don't know the scientific process, but I think they were, hopefully they were good.
Far away from condiments.
Yes. And the other side of the brain that is also has to do with learning music develops and becomes larger. He played violin when he was a child, and that side of his brain is also larger. I recently heard a program about that on PBS, and I find it fascinating.
Yeah, absolutely.
Too bad we couldn't have looked at Da Vinci's brain. Right?
You know, I want to tell you something. It says 4:15. It's 5:15.
It's 5:15. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It is 5:15 because we turned the clock forward.
Yes.
I'm good,
All right, you're good.
and I'm
good.
going to be back tomorrow at 11.
That's very good. I look forward to seeing you.
Okay.
All right.
Enjoy the Italian dinner.
Oh, thank
Thank
you
you.
for taking care of us today. We really needed this time, and if we've been fussing around the kitchen,
Oh, this has worked out great.
we
You were able to-
already used up Sammy's
Yeah,
yesterday.
this was great. You kids did. I mean, you kids. Your grandson and you did great working together, and
Oh, I'm having
wonderful.
the best time I've had since I've come to California.
Yay! Entertainment.
yeah. And this kid is the apple of your eye for sure, huh?
Wow.
Ari's pretty cool too.
Adam's apple.
Yeah.
Ari's arple. That's not.
Okay. All
I
right.
need a
Thanks,
drink.
Jude.
You're welcome. I'll see you in
Thank
the
you.
morning.
See you soon.
Drive safe.
Okay. Something I'd love you to say. She's talking about this, like how she responded to her hearing the news. I would love to have you go like, I never said I was dying. It's a fucking artery.
Yeah.
I would love to have you respond to that because then I'm thinking of the way that I would cut this together and that would make it round out
Yeah.
and then we could go back to you. We
As
could then-
responding to what she said.
as essentially responding, it's all about sleight of hand in the radio. Maybe tonight, maybe while we're eating, actually, I could play like a podcast that I like, and we can listen to it, and you can just see how it functions together, and I can be like, see, that's like, I want that to.
I see. Yeah.
The silly thing is that like when you're starting something new, there's all this technique that I love because it bleeds professionalism. You see it happen, you go, that's great. It's like a polished work of art, you know.
But I mean,
But then you also see people that buck all the trends, even though it's easier for them, and it works out, you know. But sometimes you want to feel like you're not doing the thing. You're making these choices to be unorthodox, not because it's just easier to be that way and sloppier, but because you're like, I like the way that I like with that.
well, you like with that?
The thing is, there's so many elements of this, which is why you want to, like, you could have something that doesn't sound like professional sound recording, but that's such a massive difference that that's not where I want to be distinctive, you know. And you could also do other things where you don't have music or you don't have normal stuff and like you're distinctive that way, but that's not where I want to be distinctive either. You know what I mean? So it's like, how do I follow all the rules but not the ones I want? Well, you want to be as like perfectly done and then take steps back and then instead of saying,
Yeah, I think so. I think one should try for professionalism.
right, and then you can tweak stuff.
Yeah.
Then that's exactly
Yeah,
it, and that's why.
yeah.
Okay, do you want to come to? If you want to just do another like 20 minutes, then I'll go surfing and I'll come back and we'll.
Great.
But would you?
Unless you'd like to do the reverse of that because it's nice and sunny now.
That's 20 minutes would be okay. I just
You sure?
yeah. As a matter of fact, depending on where the sun is, no, it doesn't matter.
Huh?
The
It's over
time
to
right
the
before
left.
the time right before sunset is the worst. Is sort of the worst time to surf because
Well,
the sun is right in your
Well,
fucking
that's
eyeballs.
when you're going to go.
That's why I can go a little bit later and I can surf from like 6:30 to 7.
It's going to be cold.
It's not. It's not. It's
The
fine.
fact that the
It's nice when it sets.
So
It's beautiful.
tell me, you want me to get a
Would you
go-
mind terribly?
Sure. No. I just thinking from your point of view.
Well, that's kind of